Pages turn, the story unfolds, the ink on the paper, a world I behold. Lost in the panels where heroes fly, comic books and brews, my alibi.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Comics and Brews, where we tell you the drunk history of a comic book character every single week. The drunk comic book history of comic book character, not every single week. I do that every time. I'm sorry. But yeah.
We wish it was every week.
You know, this is we're actually recording this like a week after we just released an episode, so that's actually quite shocking. So we're kind of on it today. We got a new background because we have moved rooms. We need more room for activities up in here. So,
it's more light too.
Yeah, absolutely. Way more light. Yeah, and it's snowy as all hell outside, so it's nice and bright and white. It's beautiful. And Cannoli's going to walk over the cords there. But yeah, figured we added some more comics to the backdrop. Sorry, the Coors Light is no longer in here, but I was not about to move that.
We are on a Coors Light.
Oh, yeah.
Coors, strike right now.
Yes, we are. Totally.
Today, I am wearing a Leinenkugels beanie because it officially closed on Friday, like the original brewery that's, in Chippewa Falls that's been open for like 100 years.
Yeah.
And the two brothers, Jake and I forgot the other one's name, were trying to offer Coors an offer to buy it back from them and just be like, hey, this could be a local thing because Chippewa Falls depends on that for their local economy, for locals to go do something, for tourists to come in and do stuff. And Coors were like, nah, we're not open for a negotiation. So it's just shutting down and it's going to remain empty. And they're going to have their small little tasting room to do like random flavors, but not like anything that it was.
Which will be cool because it'll be like more small craft beers, just great. But
it's still like the whole point of going to Leinenkugel is to get the history, and it's like...
Yeah, it opened in the 1800s, right? Like 1890
I don't know. It was like somewhere around then, I think.
It's just history in general. I'm surprised there's not like some historic Wisconsin thing like, of course you can't. I guess they're not tearing it down, but the fact they're closing it...
I would imagine they're going to preserve a lot of it and still maybe try to do tours and stuff. It's just stupid.
It's not
I think it's dumb because there were like 50-something workers that working at that factory, and they just like didn't even really tell them when they were first shutting down. It was just out of the blue. And then the fact that the brothers, who like their family started this whole thing, can't even buy it back.
It's ridiculous.
It's so stupid.
I can't believe that.
So I'm on a Coors strike.
That's messed up. Like, why move it? They're just moving it to all like production to Milwaukee. So
yeah, whatever. But still, Chippewa Falls is such a cute, tiny town.
Hold on,
outside
to some history
of Eau Claire.
With the beer too. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
So that's my rant before we actually start.
Yeah, really fired Cannoli up because no. The dogs are going nuts.
Maybe we should shut the door.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna cue this up 1 second while I put the dogs away. Hey, go to the bedroom. Oh, okay. We're back.
Yeah.
Dogs, hopefully, shut up for more than 4 seconds. This is the problem of doing it in here, I guess, because the wolves are running wild and free, and we got cords everywhere.
Got a tail in the camera.
Oh, my gosh. That made me need a beer. After our rant, we will just get into our beers, I guess.
Yeah.
We haven't even told you the character of this episode yet, but this is episode 18, I believe. I hope I'm doing that right. I always forget.
I guess I could do my intro. Hi, I'm just Abby.
Oh, yeah.
For people who have never listened. Yeah.
Just Abby.
But yeah, today we are going to stray away from comics just because we feel like the Pokemon's really getting hyped up and popular.
It's crazy right
I mean,
now.
it has been, but...
Yeah, for us 90s people, it's never gone away because we love it and always, forever. Never going to leave our lives. But yeah, especially with all the sets coming out right now and people going nuts and fighting each other for cards, it only felt right to do a Pokemon episode. So we're going to be doing the drunk history of Professor Oak. We both got our Pokemon glasses ready to go for this episode. I got the Bulba Hops. She's got the Carpe Diem.
Yeah. Yep.
But tell them what beer you have first.
So I have... It's from Lua Brewing, which we've talked about before. Absolutely love them. Amazing. So good. It's called They Sent You. And the can is like this. It looks like it's a Furby. It literally is a Furby.
Oh, it is.
In a spaceship. And there's this circle of dancing naked people below it. But it's a hazy IPA with Citra and Crush with a K.
Wow.
Yeah.
Show that to that.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting.
Furbies.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the Furby in that spaceship, but
That's awesome.
I love Furbies when I was in kindergarten.
I hated them. They were terrifying.
I love them.
I absolutely never wanted one of those things. They probably are real life aliens that are, nope. Nothing. They would like talk to you. They started listening to people all weird.
Yeah.
It's like some Chinese like secret weapon.
I still liked them. I had a little baby, like a little pouch for it.
Yeah, that was disgusting. But yeah, Des Moines, Iowa, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, beautiful. Well, as always, I had to do a Colorado beer. Can't stop. We are splitting these though, so if she drinks this whole thing and doesn't share, I'm gonna be pissed. But we got WeldWorks maple praline cheesecake. Almost always doing WeldWorks here, but it is damn good. I've already tasted it, and it's sour ale with maple syrup, pecan praline, cream cheese, graham cracker, vanilla, and milk sugar. How'd you go wrong with a beer with all that greatness? But WeldWorks slaps again, and I think I'm gonna have to say this is like a 4.0 out of 5. I'd say.
Wow.
It's pretty dang good, and it tastes exactly like it says. How's that one?
This one's it's good, as always. It's definitely a hazy. It's good.
It's good.
really good.
Great description. Oh, man. All right. So, yeah, like we said, we're doing Professor Oak here. It's hands down a character I've wanted to do for a very long time because Abby just shared with me the other day. She brought up the Selby movie from back when we were kids. And I totally forgot about his old time traveling. So we'll get into that. But, yep, I just wanted to learn more on that. And so without further ado, we're taking you into the drunk history of Samuel Oak, the time traveler.
Yeah, so Samuel Oak. The guy's like the Einstein of Pokemon. But let's be real, he's also a little, how do I put this?
Scatterbrained, absentee grandpa, because he's always at his, his lab, obviously. And in my eyes, he's basically Ash's dad. We'll get into that too. But yeah, crazy.
Wow. But it turns out Oak has a way deeper backstory than just handing out Pokédexes like they're party favors.
Yes. Fun fact, Oak wasn't always a professor, and back in his younger days, he was a Pokemon trainer, a legendary one at that. And legend has it he was a total beast in battles, like the very best, the best there ever was.
That's right. He even had his own rival back then, Agatha. You know her as one of the Elite Four. Apparently their rivalry was spicy.
Oh, real freaky naughty, huh?
Whoa. Some say it was friendly competition. Others say romantic
Romance.
tension.
Oh, Oak be wheeling, baby. You know what? Agatha's always throwing shade at him in the games. Like, Oak, you got soft and decided to play scientist. Soft in the right way, I would say.
And maybe he did. But that soft phase is what gave us the Pokédex, which, let's be honest, changed the world. Like, imagine being
Changed
tasked
my world.
Yeah. Imagine being tasked with cataloging every single species of Pokemon. That would be no.
No? Legendary. I would take that job any day.
That
That's
sounds
a dream
stressful.
Come true.
Sounds
You just get to
stressful.
hunt Pokemon down and get all them deets.
I guess so,
I
yeah.
love that. But he's the OG professor because before him, the only thing people knew about Pokemon was that they were cute and sometimes lit fires. You know, straight crazy Charizard be blasting off everywhere. Yeah, so he was just trying to learn up all of that, as most of you probably know.
Yeah, he's the OG Pokemon influencer, and without him, there'd be no Elm, no Birch, no Sycamore.
I always forget about those other professors because there's only the one true. Professor Oak is the only one I think I will ever care about. Because all
It's
these
the only
others...
one because I don't keep up with modern Pokemon, so I don't know.
Did you not play the games after Red and Blue?
No,
Not at all?
I don't think so.
Is
My
Silver and
brother
Gold after
did.
that?
My brother had them, I think.
Wow, so you just retired.
I became into I don't know. I
Girl
was a
stuff?
yeah.
You just
My
too
brother stayed in
nerdy for
Pokemon,
you?
which I liked Pokemon still. I just other priorities as a whatever-year-old girl.
Yeah. Whatever, you're older. Dang, because you were younger than me, so I must have just been a real true nerd because I went, it was Gold, Silver,
yeah.
then Ruby, Sapphire.
I want to say my brother would also got into that. I don't know. He's a pretty true Pokemon
Well, I
nerd.
guess it was Red, Blue, then Yellow was badass
Yeah.
because you had Pikachu following your ass around in the game. That was sick.
That's cool.
Then Gold, Silver, Ruby,
Yeah.
Sapphire, Emerald, all those. So you were just
Like
nah.
I
You kept it OG.
But I also am not a gamer, and I feel like the most stuff I did with Pokemon was on a Game Boy, like, is it Advance or Color? That was like the little, like, almost like they were like square.
Oh, you had that?
Yeah.
Oh, so you were just way late to the game.
Yeah.
Because that's after Advance. That's like Advance SP or something.
Yeah?
Because I had that too. My mom, I think, still has them.
Okay.
My mom, actually, she might have thrown them away. My mom had all the OG Game Boys.
Dang.
And
yeah,
kind of. Yeah, because now those go crazy. I still got my Game Boy
Color. I should have kept mine. I think I have mine somewhere. My brother has them, I think.
I have my Game Boy Color with all the games still in the same box that I used to play them with or put them in when I was a child.
Wow.
So I don't know if it works. The batteries aren't in it. I've always wanted to test it, but yeah, I got blue. I got red. It's beautiful. Maybe I'll get some video footage and drop that in here because it's pretty sick. I'm actually proud of that. But, wow, tangent again. Forgot where we were. Is it me? Is it me?
True OG gangster.
Oh, yeah. He's the true OG gangster, the professor of all professors. As most of us know, Professor Oak lives up the road from Delia Ketchum and Ash, son Ash. I did not know that was her name.
Delia or Delia?
Delia. I don't know. And he and Delia often appear together as they're good friends. And his known family, Professor Oak's known family, are his grandson Gary. Everyone knows him. He's an asshole. And his cousin Samson and his great-grandfather Grand Oak. What a great name.
Grand Oak.
What a great name.
He has 2 brothers, one of whom is the mayor of Pallet Town.
Didn't know that till I wrote this. Pretty
Wow.
sweet.
While the other is its postmaster. His grandfather was the first trainer from Pallet Town to receive widespread recognition, while Samuel himself gained prominence after he published a research paper on Pokemon at the age of 20. Wow.
That's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
He's just an actual genius.
It is also stated that he became a professor at, how do you say
Celadon
University at the age of 25.
Yeah, so he was like
Genius.
9 years younger than me.
Wow.
And just like, ski.
Wow.
Professor Oak, baby. Yeah, wow, that's where he became Professor Oak then when he was 25.
That makes sense.
Wow. 25-year-old professor, just banana lands. According to Professor Elm, Professor Oak's studies and research mostly focused on how humans and Pokemon interact with each other. Obviously, you know, that's why he gave Ash and Gary the mission to hunt them and gain knowledge and get all that Pokédex detailage, because that's what he's doing. He's trying to get how they interact together, and that's what Ash was doing.
Yeah, and then with all that starting around 20, his lab must be loaded with
Yeah, if he
craziness.
wrote that paper at 20, he must and then 25, he's a professor. That thing's just got
What an overachiever.
a lifetime of knowledge. Yeah, absolutely.
Overachiever.
Yeah. Oh, my God. The first episode I remember that. It was like a shining, do you know what a ho-oh is? It's like a legendary bird, gold version.
Oh, yeah.
But that was in like the first episode.
Oh.
And that's not in the first 151. So it's just like Ash sees it flying and it's just like sparkling. And it was a shiny Pokemon. No one knew what shiny Pokemon were back then. So like looking back, it's like, holy.
That's cool.
They did that in like the first Pokemon movie too. They like threw out Donphan, and that wasn't in the 151 either. And everyone was like, oh my God, what is that?
Huh.
Crazy. I know. But yeah, no kid knew what it was till years later. But let's talk about his lab for a second. You show up and you're like, hey, I'm a 10-year-old boy. And Oak's like, cool, here's a wild animal. Go fight people and things with it.
Responsible.
Like, sick. Yeah, take that Pikachu and blast some ass.
Very normal for a scientist. But seriously, Oak's whole choose one of 3 thing, iconic.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle, the holy trinity of starter Pokemon.
Absolutely. Can you say Bulbasaur again?
Bulbasaur?
Bulbasaur?
How do you say it?
I just say Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur?
Bulbasaur. See, great drinking idea. Take a sip every time you hear someone argue about which starter is the best, because that's a duel of all duels.
I love Squirtle.
What? That's yours? I was gonna ask you. Yeah, I gotta go Charmander, no doubt. I know it's cliche because everyone loves Charizard because he's just the best, but he's the GOAT. I'm
like
sorry.
Squirtle.
Like, my middle name is Charis, so I used to get chirped in elementary school all the time and get called Charizard, which now that I look back on, I'm like, that is pretty badass.
That's
like,
pretty
Charizard
cool.
is sick. What a great IG handle. But it used to be my first name, and then I slid it to my middle name because it feels weird to just be called Charis. Sorry, Mom. Yeah, it's the middle. So Taz, way better. But crazy. But Squirtle.
I'm Team Squirtle.
Squirtle would be my number 2. I mean, he's actually really Squirtle Squad.
Yeah.
Is so. Oh, God, their glasses are so cool too. Oh, that's a great choice. I thought if you would have said Bulbasaur, I'd have been like.
No, he's a little too like plain
God,
for
but
me
I
or
love
something.
Bulbasaur
I don't know.
too.
He is
Gosh.
fun.
He is
and I
fun.
like earthy stuff, so.
Yeah, and I guess I just named the Pokemon page of Comics
You
Brews
really did.
Bulba Hops. So
You did.
it
So
just-
maybe
I
you're
couldn't-
actually Team
I couldn't do
Bulbasaur.
what Charmander and beer mix goes together. I could not come up with one. That's why I was like, I'm gonna have to go
yeah,
Bulba
I don't
Hops. It's like I already have this,
Yeah.
and it just rolls off the tongue nice. It's great.
Yeah, that's
But,
true.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
But back to Oak.
Yeah.
Did you know he is a poet also?
I did not know that until I wrote this, which is Banana Land. So yeah, he read a little good haiku.
Yeah, so in the anime, he randomly drops poems.
Not bad, but let me show you how it's done. Wobbuffet, when life is a mystery, it's your answer.
Oh man, that's a little deep.
Yeah, it's so deep it's a ditch.
They're questionable, but he tries.
So they're bad.
He tries.
I'm gonna try to find some of these, and maybe I can drop it in
That would
as
be
I'm
funny.
saying this. Just see if I can find some poems to overlay up in here.
He's gotta
Because
have some sort of outlet.
yeah, I
feel
did
like.
not read up on what his poems were, so that would actually be funny. If I can try them, if I can find them, I will definitely throw them in here. But yeah, that's pretty adorable. So this man's a professor, a trainer, a poet, and probably a terrible babysitter. Remember how he just sends Ash off into the wilderness, just like, goodbye, child. You're in the 5th grade. Go enjoy your journey. See you never, bud.
Man
Go
of many
fight
talents.
things. Like literally a 10-year-old. What?
Yeah, very responsible. But yeah, like here's a Pokemon. Don't get eaten by a Gyarados. Is that how you say that? Is that how you Gyarados?
Gyarados?
Gyarados. I don't know these things.
Gyarados? Can I get
It
a
looks
beef
like
gyro?
a Gyarados.
I want a chicken gyro, not a euro. Oh, it's good.
Some people say gyro, so.
Oh man, what if people say like Urados? That'd be kind of cool.
Gyarados.
Wow. Yeah, but no. Wow. We can talk about Oak without mentioning his family, like his grandson Gary, who's the absolute worst.
Oh, Gary.
Oh, Gary.
I always thought he was just a straight butthole. According to Taz, when he was growing
I
up.
didn't think you'd read that.
You gotta bleep that out.
No chance. You
YouTube
didn't
will
say-
hate us.
You didn't say a-hole.
Do you think Oak ever regrets handing him a Pokemon?
Nah, it's his family. It's his bloodline. Even though he's an anus hole, he's still blood. Probably deep down, he wanted Gary to be the very best, the best there ever was. Not Ash, I would assume. Like he's his, what is it, his nephew? Grandson. Sorry, grandson.
Yeah.
Grandson. I just said that. But why would you not want your own blood to be the best? Like,
guess,
even if he
yeah.
has an asshole. But here's the thing: Oak's a legend. Flawed, sure, but without him, we wouldn't have the Pokemon universe as we know it. Which takes me into how Banana Lands it is that he was a straight up time traveler. This is my favorite part.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So cool.
Such an insane twist with Sam in Pokemon Forever. I for sure didn't remember that until recently.
Yeah, I didn't until she sent it to me. It was pretty crazy. Wow. I can't believe, I forgot about it. I watched those movies, shoot, that's probably like 15 years ago the last time I saw it.
It's been a long time for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Finding out that young Sam was actually a time-traveling Professor Oak was nuts. And it wasn't even hinted at until the very end when he casually knew Ash's friend's name, Sam.
Oh? True friendships can withstand the test of time, and I have a feeling this one will. I'm sure you and Sammy will be friends forever.
Just a little name drop right there, just
Yeah.
to like blow everyone's mind. Talk about a subtle reveal. Just straight up traveling 40 years in the future to hang out with Ash, Pikachu, and Celebi. So sick. Multiversal. Comes into Pokemon 2, just like the comics. There's everything just goes multiversal.
I guess
It's
because
crazy.
I was younger, so I didn't really pay attention to that.
Exactly. I don't think I really
know?
understood
I didn't
it when I was a
connect the
kid.
dots,
I was
like-
just like, oh, cool.
Cool.
And now I like see that. I'm like, holy, what?
Yeah. And then there's that sketchbook with Celebi and Pikachu. Such a sweet connection.
It seems like it happened only yesterday.
That ties his younger and older selves together. Plus, Oak's role in Ash's journey is super iconic. I mean, Pikachu might not have been Ash's first choice, but it became the heart of his team, and Oak knew that all along.
all along. I'm at like half my beer right now. Are you almost
I'm
at
about
half?
half, yeah.
Oh yes, I'm getting my Lua on, baby. You can have extra.
I drink way more.
You
You drink way
I know,
more.
I almost forgot.
It's that good.
It's pretty good. It's a little warm now, but
It'd be better colder, but I just don't understand how they do it,
So
because
this-
I would never think to order a beer that's like, what is it, praline something?
yeah, I hate pecans. and
Maple
I hate-
praline, and it's a sour,
It's so good.
but it's really good.
That's what they slap at is their sours because it's not like it's like tart. It's just like a
No.
smoothie sour that is just dessert. It's prime time.
Like, I think sometimes Brewing Project with their sours, like, they're really good, but I can only drink a tiny bit of them
Yeah.
because they are so, like, they're like thick and sweet.
Like
But this
one
is,
Tolly
like-
is like
Yeah.
way more than enough. Man, Professor Oak, what beer would he have? I feel like he would have like a bourbon barrel aged.
Something with wisdom.
The wise tree of oak.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he'd have to have a whiskey or something.
Wow, damn. See, if we open Comics and Brews and we can do things with breweries,
That's true.
I would totally
Barrel
make a
aged.
Professor Oak. If we ever do open this bottle shop and we get to collab with other breweries,
That
we are
would be
doing
awesome.
one on every episode we've done. So every month we have a release, like episode 1, Erica Slaughter's beer. Don't know what we'd call it now, but that would be sick. Wow.
would be
Sorry, back to Oak. That's why Oak knew from day one that Ash was meant and going to have Pikachu, because we're back on that time travel thing. He already saw it. He traveled into the future and then went back. So when this is all happening, like when episode 1's going on, I should rewatch that because it's crazy now thinking that Professor Oak had already seen all this, already knew it was all going to be going down. So he definitely knew it was definitely knew what he was doing. Sorry, words are getting hard. One beer in, jeez. Even if Pikachu shocked them both into oblivion, which I don't think he saw coming. But the old bag always had them subtle jabs to, like when Ash called to show off his gym badge, he's, "Oh, what's up, Professor? Check this out." And Professor Oak's like, "Nah, boy, that's nice, but Gary's got 30 Pokemon. Like, sack up, brother. That shit's weak."
Oh, Sam.
Oh, Sam.
He clearly doesn't have all of that Pokemon knowledge, because that time Team Rocket showed up at the Indigo League and Oak's reaction to Meowth talking was pure gold. He's like, wait, hold on.
Can you say Meowth again?
Meowth? What's wrong with that?
I just say Meowth.
Isn't it Meowth?
I mean, it's Meowth.
You say Meowth?
Meowth.
I've always said Meowth.
We should do a video of Abby reading all 151 Pokemon. That would probably be the best.
We should do that,
That would
actually.
probably be the
Oh,
best
God.
video we'd ever come out with. We'll do the Wisconsin version and then the California version.
That would be pretty good, I think.
See what it sounds
man.
like. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But yeah, no one can clearly know everything because Professor Oak didn't know that a Meowth could talk.
And let's not forget the role he had in all of the regional handoffs, from the GS ball mystery to sending Ash off to Johto.
That's like the Pallet Town area. That's
okay.
like the first. Johto's the second.
Okay.
Like area.
Oak is like the ultimate guide, always nudging Ash forward, whether it's with a new Pokédex or some cryptic wisdom.
Cryptic wisdom of the Oak. Yeah, now that I think about it, he's basically like Ash's dad because you see his mom in the show.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever see Ash's dad. So is he just like a good old fashioned like single mom raising up a legendary human Ash Ketchum?
Yeah.
And Professor Oak's just like Miss Dusty,
like-
old girl.
Maybe.
Yes, what? Because I don't think you ever, like, Gary is his grandson.
Yeah.
You don't ever see Professor Oak's wife or anything.
That's
but he's always rolling
interesting.
around Ash's mom. Like, ski.
I guess.
I know, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. But on that note, it's time to wrap up that Professor Oak. There's a whole lot more that I could have gotten into there, but then we would have gone for 17 hours. You know, this is just the main gist
Short
of
and
it all.
sweet.
He's a time traveling wizard, basically. He saw this all happen before it actually happened, which I thought was the coolest part. Like traveling 40 years into time. So I might go watch this movie right now and then watch episode 1 right after, just to just relive it again and then maybe actually understand it,
Notice
because
things.
us 90s kids that are grown up now, I don't think we understood back when we were children, like actually watching this live and happening in the now, like what was actually going on. So it's
Yeah.
pretty sweet. But yeah, when I was researching this, I did not realize that there's also a totally different history because the manga comics, not a comic, I guess it's a manga. It has like Professor Oak, where with his story with red, green, and blue, which is what they call. I think red was kind of like Ash, blue I think was kind of like Gary. But I'm sure a lot of you, if you're watching this, would probably know that. I've never read a manga, so I just bought all volumes 1 through 7 right before we recorded this, so I can read it and hopefully just show some video footage of that, because I want to do the history of the manga version. This is the drunk history of comic book characters, and I feel like we just did kind of the anime version, but if we did a manga version, that's kind of like comic books, so that'd be pretty cool. And the story itself just seemed awesome. Like, from what I read, I think all 3 of the starters like get stolen or run away. So Red ends up with, which is Ash, ends up with Bulbasaur.
Really?
And Squirtle like runs away and is stolen by, I think it was Green. I don't know, but it seemed like a really cool start. And so I'm gonna read all those, and then one day we can do the drunk history of maybe Professor Oak, red, blue, green. I don't know, but yeah,
That could be cool.
yeah.
Yeah, super cool. Because I guess that's like more of a comic book technically.
Yeah, you just read it backwards,
Yeah.
but it looks like a comic.
I want to get the Sailor Moon mangas.
Didn't we almost get one in Wisconsin?
Yeah, it was just like
or
a
no,
little.
that
It
was in
was
St. George.
in St. George, but it was just like a little too expensive.
Like, why?
For some reason, those books were like $50, and I don't know. People
I
who
just
know
got-
more might be like, "Oh yeah, because it's worth that much." But
You would think you should look at it on Amazon. I just bought all
Yeah.
7 volumes of the Pokemon Adventures for $35.
yeah, I feel like it shouldn't be that expensive.
Yeah,
but
so
yeah.
maybe, I mean, it was kind of a rough comic book store, but you never know. But yeah, let's add all those characters to the many more we got to do. I still wish they would do a continuing story, like a grown-up version of Pokemon in
Especially
comic books.
with their audience.
Right now, yeah, like
Yeah.
right now, if they were to drop a Pokemon comic book, like I know everyone's into manga and all that, like manga apparently is more popular than comics in general as far as sales go. But if they were to drop a comic book right now, I can guarantee you, like everyone our age would be all over that, because I don't know. I don't know why I'm not into manga. I actually never tried it. Maybe I'll read these and
aren't
like it.
mangas more? They're like a book, so it's like longer.
Yeah, 'cause
I kind
each
of
one-
like
yeah.
the comic books, how it's like I can sit down and read for 15 minutes and then I'm done with it.
Yeah,
And then I just keep getting new books of
every week a little
yeah.
surprise. Yeah, I don't like.
It's not like
I'm not trying to read a whole book like. Right
as an
then.
adult, I don't have that much time to read, so it's like I need something shorter.
Yeah, just a
I
quick
don't know.
brain turn off.
Where like
to
a
just
manga is like a
disappear into-
full thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying
But-
to disappear into another world for like 20 minutes and then come
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
But yeah, so I doubt it'll ever happen. But God, would that be beautiful if they could just actually do that. But yeah, so that's the drunk history of Professor Oak. Thank you for tuning in to Comics and Brews. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comics, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us which Pokemon professor you'd want to grab a drink with. And I'm pretty sure everyone would have to do it with Professor Oak.
I mean,
that'd be my pick.
That is
Sorry about it.
OG, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have a drink with Brock probably, but Professor Oak would be dope. But yeah, thank you for watching.
Yeah. And also remember, if you subscribe and if you're in the US, we will send you a free sticker pack. And be sure to check out the website for all the episodes and then more about us and just random blog entries, merch.
Random good stuff. Comicsandbrews.co. Comicsandbrews.co. Yes. So yeah, that's a drunk history of Professor Oak. Thank you. I got Carpe Diem now.
Oh yeah. Blah,
We flippy floppy. These are on the website. If you need them, grab them. Pretty sweet. Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Pages turn, the story unfolds, the ink on the paper, a world I behold. Lost in the panels where heroes fly, comic books and brews my eyes.